Hello and welcome to yet another video. I'm your host Favor Shali and this is Grateful Planet. I'm very happy to be here with you guys today. I know it's been a minute since I actually created these videos, but there has been a lot happening in the past few weeks, the past month. In April I got married. I left Germany to go to Kenya to get married. I will share with you guys some snippets and videos of how my wedding went. And I hope it will bless you. It will be a blessing because marriage is a beautiful thing, especially if you find the love of your life and you want to spend the rest of your life with them. I'll share much more about that on the coming videos in this same channel, so stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned. That is all I can say for now. It was a blessing. It was a blast. We thank God we went well. We came back well to Germany. Now I'm back to work, school, everything is back to normal, but we thank God. It was very beautiful with family and friends, and that's all I can say. Really refreshing. Other than that, I hope that is reason enough to acknowledge that I have not been posting as frequent as I should be, but hopefully from now on I will do my best to be consistent moving forward. So with that being said, let's get right into this video. Today's video is a very special video because I will be sharing with you, or rather I will be teaching you how to make a life audit. So what is a life audit? I'll break it down to you. Life audit is made up of two words, and that is life and audit. So we all know what life is. You're living it, I'm living it. It's what we are experiencing right now. But what about an audit? What's an audit? According to thesaurus.com, to audit is also known as to analyze, to examine, to investigate, to scrutinize, among many others. So you already know what an audit is from that definition. So life audit is basically sitting down and analyzing your life, looking at your life and thinking where my life is heading. Is it something that I like? Is it something that I appreciate? Is it how I want it to keep on going? If not, what can I do to stop it? So basically life audit is just about all that. It's about being intentional with what you want for your life. You look at your future, you look at your present, you compare. Is my present taking me towards the future that I want, or is it dragging me behind? What can I do with my present right now to get to where I want to get to? There's a famous quote that I read and I like. It says the best way to actually know your future is to create it. So this is the whole thing about life audit. It's about telling yourself, hey, is this what I want my life to look like in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? So you intentionally sit down, think about the different aspects of your life and analyze it, scrutinize it, examine it, and decide if this is what I want for my life or not. So for me, I really like doing life audits, especially when I feel like sometimes when I sit down and I think about my life and I'm like, this is something I don't like, specific things of my life, because life is huge, life is broad, and you have different aspects of your life. You have your relationships, you have your mental health, you have your physical health, finances. So there's those different branches of your life. So in a life audit, you do not just generally look at your life in general. You have to be specific and look at the different aspects of your life, as I will show you in the coming minutes in this video. So for me, when I feel like a certain aspect of my life is not going as I want to, it usually stresses me out until I sit down and actually write down what it is that is in my mind and what is making me feel, weird or stuff like that. And I like to analyze and scrutinize and think about ways on how to make that better, how to improve, or how to continue doing what I'm doing if it's the right way I'm doing it. Sometimes things don't need improvement. Sometimes things are going very well. So what can you do to maximize how things are going well? So basically that's the whole thing about life audit: analyzing your life, different aspects of your life, and deciding if this is what I want for my future or not, or how can I improve it, how can I maximize it. And today, guys, you are in luck because I will show you in easy steps how you too can analyze your life, how you can create your own life audit and make the most out of your life. Because I believe, guys, strongly, I believe believe strongly in my heart of hearts. Life is what you make it, you know. You might say, yeah, it's easier said than done. Yes, it is. It's easier said than done, but you have to put in the work. Effort is required for you to get to where you want to get to. You have to be intentional, guys. Nothing good comes easy. I mean, sometimes it does, but you get my point. You have to put in the work if it is something that you really, really want to do. There's no shortcuts. Be comfortable with no shortcuts. I mean, shortcuts are good. We all aim for them and all, but in things like this, you have to put in the effort, because no one will come down and sit down for you and say, oh, okay, tell me what's in your mind, let me write, unless it's therapy, of course. But you have to put in the work for yourself. So that being said, let's get right into the video. These are the ways I use to create my own life audit, and I'm going to use just some certain examples because of time. I couldn't be able to actually go deep into it, but you get the gist. You'll get what I'm trying to say in the video. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Let me teach you how to create your own life audit so that you can maximize your life. So guys, from the introduction part, we already know that a life audit is a really, really important process, and it's all about self-assessing your life and evaluating various aspects of it. It helps you to gain clarity, it helps you to identify priorities and make intentional decisions. So, for me, the process of conducting a life audit typically includes the following steps. And before I share with you the steps, I would encourage you to actually have a pen, a pencil, and a book or blank pages, and a ruler, of course, for this activity. So step one is reflection. And what do I mean by this? This is actually you taking the time to reflect on your life as a whole and consider what's important to you and no one else. Reflect on your values, your beliefs, your goals, and your aspirations. Think about what areas of your life are fulfilling and which ones may need improvement. So the reflection part is the first step of conducting a life audit. Here is where you're basically thinking about the areas of your life that you want to change or improve and those that you want to maximize on. The second step is creating a list of various aspects of your life that you want to evaluate. Like I mentioned earlier, there's various aspects of life, and this may include categories such as your career, your relationships, your health and wellness, personal development, finances, hobbies, interests, and community involvement. For instance, for me, for the purpose of this video, the aspects of my life that I want to evaluate are health, self-development, finances, self-care, and relationships. These are the 5 places, the 5 categories of my life that I want to evaluate. So how do I do this? How do I conduct this assessment? That is in the next step. That is step 3, the assessment stage. Here you evaluate each area of your life that you have listed in stage 2. You evaluate them individually and consider where you currently stand in each area, what is working well and what could be improved. Here you reflect on your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and threats in each of those categories that have been listed in section 2. So for me, in this stage, I like to use the SWOT analysis. And what is SWOT analysis? It's basically the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this framework can be used in different aspects, not only in your life audit. It can be used in business, in making decisions, in career, different aspects of your life. But we are going to use it in this section. And how is that so? So you're just going to create a table like the one I'm doing right here. You start with the strengths, you indicate your weaknesses, you indicate your opportunities, your threats, and then after that you list the categories of your life that you're trying to improve or you're trying to change in the different aspects. And for you, it might be different. You might not want to deal with any of these categories that I'm listing here. This is just an example, a sample, just to show you the basics of how to create your own life audit. You can look at your life in different aspects. It doesn't have to be the same things that I am noting down here. So I will quickly note them down, and because of space and I didn't use a bigger sheet of paper, a bigger page, so I'm going to just use 3 categories in this video, and that is health, self-development, and finances. Those are the ones that I'm going to analyze for the purpose of this video: health, finances, and self-development. I would suggest to have more space so that you can add so many points in your table: many strengths, many weaknesses, many opportunities, many threats. Anyways, under health, what is my strength in health? I go to the gym. I eat healthy, a balanced diet at least every 3 days, 4 days. And my weaknesses under health, what are they? Make sure to include as many strengths as possible. You go to your weaknesses. What are my weaknesses when it comes to health? Sugary stuff. I have a sweet tooth. Sometimes I like to eat so much sugar. I just have a craving so far and I go for it. Another weakness is skipping gym. I know it's a healthy thing to do, and it's a strength because I go frequently, but sometimes you don't have that motivation. What do you do then when you do not have motivation? Here is where you need to force yourself or do the things that you do not feel like doing. For opportunities, I will list healthy lifestyles, just learning about new healthy lifestyles and healthy hobbies, and having a meal plan that will actually favor or lead me towards the lifestyle that I'm trying to live. Those are opportunities I can actually consider. Threats are things like me having a sweet tooth and cravings. Sometimes I just have cravings, like I said, so that's a threat to my health. You see, so I have listed my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, and threats. For you, do the same. And I have not actually exhausted them because of the space. Again, I said, guys, give yourself enough space when you're drawing this table. You don't want to be squeezed like me. So under finances, my strengths include saving and budgeting. My weaknesses, overspending. And opportunities, I should consider looking for apps that actually track my spending and stuff like that. That's a great opportunity to help my finances if I want to improve them. The threats to my finances include jewelry. What do I overspend on? Jewelry, eating out, doing things outside of my finances, outside of my budget. Those are all threats. So, like you've seen, clearly stated: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. The last category that I'm going to use in this SWOT analysis is the self-development. I'm trying to improve my self-development category in my life. And what are my strengths so far? I am disciplined. I am focused. My weaknesses include being lazy sometimes. Sometimes you don't feel like doing stuff. I know you've been there, you understand this, and that is what happens sometimes, whether I like it or not. And it makes me feel very unmotivated and inspired. And that really disapproves. That discourages my self-development. And opportunities to actually improve my self-development can include embracing learning and things like to have productive day or productive hours. And threats include sleeping in and lack of motivation. Like again, I say, sometimes you feel lazy and you have to do some things, but you sleep and forget to do your things. So that's a threat to my self-development. So like you can see, guys, the SWOT analysis basically shows you your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats in different aspects of your life. Like for instance, what I'm trying to do right here. This again, like I told you, is just a sample to show you how you too can do it. You too can also assess and analyze your own life. And like I said, guys, I'm so sorry for the small words. I didn't notice this earlier. It took me so much time before I noticed actually that the words are not clear enough. Pardon that. So on to the next stage. This was the third step, the assessment step, using a SWOT, using the SWOT analysis to note your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I hope you have really understood this part. The next part is setting goals. Step 4, you set goals. Here, based on your reflections and assessments in the third step, You set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals for each area of your life. So remember, in stage 3 we did the assessment where we drew that table and acknowledged our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities and threats. In this section, in the 4th steps here, you actually reflect on all those, on the assessments you did, each and every one of them. And here you can use another framework. Remember, in the assessment stage we used the SWOT analysis. Here we can use SMART goals, and I'm sure most of you have heard of this. Here we use SMART goals, and it's a very nice way to set goals because these are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. I made a mistake and wrote realistic, but relevant. They have to be relevant goals and time bound. You set these goals for each area of your life that you're trying to analyze. Okay, so these goals should align with your values and long-term vision for your life. Basically, that's how you do it. And so, going hand in hand with the SMART goals are your action planning. Is the 5th step, which is action planning. Here, after you have actually set your goals, your SMART goals for each and every area of your life, here is where you put your actions and attach actions to your goals, because a goal without a plan is just simply a wish, guys. It's simply a wish. You have to back it up with actions. Take actions, because even if you have a good idea and don't take actions towards what you're supposed to do, it's just simply nothing, if I'm being honest. So actions, guys, actions are the game changer here in this and in different aspects of your life. So in your health, what actions should you do? Finances, actions. Self-development, what actions are you trying to do in order to get to your goals? Here you should develop action plans for actually achieving your goals. Break down each goal into a smaller actionable step and create a timeline for completion. Consider what resources you need or skills you may need to accomplish or learn in order to achieve these goals. So here you are just basically going to look at your SMART goals, the goals that are SMART, that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And then you break them down more and now create actions that will match with these goals, that will actually take you towards your goals. So here, I'm just going to use one category again. I know I started with 5 and then I went to 3 categories and now I'm going to 1. It's just like I told you, a framework I'm trying to teach you. I hope you get the point, but note them down. Write everything on paper. Write it down and break it down. This is your life we are dealing with. You have to be intentional and serious about it. Not as many things as you want to note down. You don't have to follow my specific order, but you can do it so that it can help you and your life and your where you're trying to head. Remember, it's an audit. We are auditing your life, different aspects of your life. So in this stage, it's the action planning. We have to create a plan for achieving these goals that you want to achieve for your different areas of your life. For instance, for the finances, the goal is to save more. And how am I going to save more? By starting a side hustle. If I start a side hustle, it will give me more income that will help me save more. So how do I start this side hustle? Learn different ways to start a side hustle. And then after learning these different ways of starting side hustles, you pick a method or a way to start in the next month. You see, you have a goal which is specific. You have a goal which is time bound. You're trying to learn something within 1 month and start it. You have a goal that is measurable and achievable. And then decide whether you will stick to the method that you're doing or not. Remember, you can always change direction. You can always change directions if something is not working. So like you've seen, I want to save more, so I want to start a side hustle and learn different ways and pick a way that works and gauge if it's working or not and decide if I'll stick to it or change course. So as you can see, the goals are specific, saving more, and I want to start a side hustle because of it. Measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It's measurable because now I'm going to see and measure if this specific side hustle is something that's working. If not, I change course or decide to keep it or not. It is realistic. Starting a side hustle in a month is not bad. It's something you can start. You learn and start. Time bound, a month. So when you're setting your goals, you have to also be smart about it. Just like the acronym, SMART goals. This is a framework that works so well in different things. Again, not only in your personal life, but in business as well. So you can try these SMART goals and look at each and every aspect of your life that you're trying to achieve when you're putting the actions to back them up. So after the action planning stage is the implementation stage. Here is where you take actions on your plans and you work towards achieving those goals. So after writing down your actions and planning them, what you want to do, planning your actions and everything, you now implement, you now take action, guys. You now move towards your goals. And then while you're doing it, monitor your progress. You regularly make adjustments if needed, celebrate your successes along the way, and learn from any mistakes. So there you have it, guys. Those are the ways that the simple ways that I use to actually create a life audit whenever I feel like something needs improvement in my life, an aspect of my life that needs improvement. I take time to actually sit down and write and note down and decide, what is working and what is not working. What do I need to improve, or what do I need to maximize on if there's no improvement needed? You get my point? So it's always good to sit down and look at yourself, your life, where you are at right now and where you want to go to. I believe a life audit helps you to gain clarity about your life, identify your priorities in your life, and make intentional decisions. It's your life, and it's like you're the creator. I mean, God is the ultimate creator, but we are co-creators with God. We are co-creators with Him because we decide how our path of life goes. We actually actively shape our life. If you're intentional in what you want for your life, it's easier for you to get to what you want than not being intentional and just sitting and hoping for the best. For me, I cannot just sit and hope. I cannot just sit and hope. I will put in the effort and go towards what I want. You feel me? It's better. Chances of you getting to your dream life are higher if you actually go towards it instead of just hoping and wishing, everything will fall into place. Can never be me.
Can never be me.
It's better than just being a ship that sails with no direction. You will just end up anywhere, and that is not what we want. For this channel, we are aiming for greatness. We are aiming for the life that we want. So yes, I hope the tips helped you, and tell me if you ever try out the life audit by yourself, with your friends, etc. Tell me how it worked out for you, and if it's something that helped you. And if you liked this video, just comment in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear more, and share with me your thoughts. Basically, I would be grateful to hear from you. And before we end, I would like you to meditate on a scripture, Joshua 1:9, and it says, "The Lord is with you wherever you go, so do not fear." Remember, as you're writing your life audit, as you're facing your life and experiencing your life in everything that you do, never fear. No, God is with you. Just imagine Him next to you everywhere you go, everything you do. Be courageous in them and know that God is with you everywhere you go, and that you should not fear. You should have that confidence, because how should you fear when you're always with the Lord your God everywhere you go? Other than that, I have to go to the gym now, so talk later. Cheers.